Hi, I'm going to explain some basic features of the RICOH THETA Z1 camera. The camera has both sleep and power off mode. When you first get the camera, it's going to be powered off. However, if you have the camera plugged into your computer, if the camera does wake up, or if the computer does wake up, it can turn the camera on inadvertently. So the camera is completely off at this point. I'm not touching any of the power buttons. I'm going to plug the camera into the computer. So just by plugging the camera into the USB cable, the camera lights turn on. The camera is now booting from a power off mode into a booted mode. This can impact your use of the camera because the computer wakes up from sleep and turns on your camera. It then goes back to sleep later. You try to use your camera a week later, the battery is dead. This is because your computer can wake up your camera or power it on just by using the USB cable. Okay, so I'm going to explain some of the button presses on the camera now. So using the camera, it has 4 buttons on the side plus a shutter button. Each of the buttons has at least 2 modes, press and long press. Some of the buttons also have very long press. So first is the power button. I'm going to press the camera, power button. The camera goes to sleep. The camera is not off. The camera is in sleep mode. I'm going to press the power button again. The camera wakes up from sleep. The delay between pressing the button and waking the camera up from sleep was about a second or maybe 2 seconds. If the camera is off, it's going to take more than 10 seconds to boot the camera. So again, if you short press it, it will go to sleep. If you short press it again, it's going to wake up from sleep, and now the camera is on. The next button on the side is the Wi-Fi Bluetooth button here. It's the second button from the top. I'm going to press it now. So normally you have a Wi-Fi icon on your camera. You can connect your mobile phone to the camera, right? So you can toggle it on and off here. But if you long press on the button, a new icon pops open, which is the Bluetooth. So now the Bluetooth is on. If I then short press on the same button, you can see that the Wi-Fi is also being toggled. The Bluetooth now is on. Okay, so your phone might try to connect to the camera with Bluetooth. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the Bluetooth by long pressing on the network button. Okay, I'm also going to short press on it to turn off the Wi-Fi. The next button down here is the camera mode button here. It's the third button from the top. So normally when you short press on it, you can toggle between video and still image mode. The live mode will only appear if you have your camera plugged into your computer. We're not going to do live streaming, still image, video, live streaming. So there's 3 modes here because the camera is plugged in with a USB cable. However, I'm going to long press on the mode button. When I long press on the mode button, a new menu pops open, which looks quite complex. This is the plug-in mode button. So I long pressed on mode, I got into plug-in mode. We can now short press on the mode button to toggle between the different plugins I have installed. So if I want to run the plugin, I press the shutter button on the camera, and it's going to select the selected plugin, which is time shift plugin. So I'm not going to do the time shift, so I'll just exit it by pressing the mode button again. So exit it from that time shift plugin. I'm back in the general plugin menu, and I'm going to select exit, press the shutter, it will exit plugin mode. I'm going to next shift to the function button. The function button is the lowest button on the camera right here. When I normally press the shutter button, the function button, it will shift from self-timer mode or an off. However, if I long press the function button, this new menu pops up that you can now see the settings that your camera has set for the picture that you're about to take. This is a very key menu, and I think some people don't know this menu exists. So if you long press the function button, you can now see your exposure compensation. You can now see your ISO setting. You can see whether it's what the aperture is. You can, of course, adjust these settings with the official RICOH THETA mobile app. But when you're in the field, if you want to take it, it's a quick shot, you can use this long press of the function button to see what settings you have for the picture that you're about to take. Hope you have a good time with the RICOH THETA Z1. If you have any questions on the button presses, just let us know. Drop a question in the comment section and we'll see if we can help you out. There's some other features of the buttons. For example, the Wi-Fi network button, if you super long press it for longer than 18 seconds, it will actually reset your Wi-Fi settings. So let's say that you've set the camera to 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi speed and your mobile phone, you're using an older one, it only goes up to 2.4 gigahertz. You can actually long press the Wi-Fi button here. It's going to reboot the camera 18 seconds and it will reset the password and all the other Wi-Fi settings. The warning on the camera indicates that my internal compass of the camera, the electronic compass, needs to be calibrated. We can show you also how to recalibrate the camera. I'm going to reset the electronic compass on the camera right now using this motion. If you look at the compass now, the error message on the camera is now gone. The electronic compass has been recalibrated to its normal settings using the motion I just did.